What's up, everyone? We're in Brooklyn today. Starting off at the Bedford Avenue subway station. Let's exit this subway station along with all these people. Beautiful Sunday afternoon, March 26, 2023. It's 11:45 p.m. and it's 53 Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius. Haven't been to Williamsburg in a while, so this is going to be interesting. I especially want to check out the waterfront, see what's changed there along Kent Avenue and Bushwick Inlet Park. This is the main exit for the subway station, Bedford Avenue and North 7th Street. Yeah, 7 snow. I guess it's going to turn into afternoon. We're only 15 minutes away. I can't really say it's morning because it's almost about to end. The MTA renovated this subway station, so a lot of these entrances are new. I know this one is. There's also elevators now. I think overall the MTA did a really good job renovating the L train line. A few years ago, they were threatening to shut down the subway tunnel between Brooklyn and Manhattan to repair the storm damage, but they didn't have to close the tunnel at all. All right, so here's Williamsburg, a neighborhood I have not visited in a while, and it's busy here. Papa's Pizza, Dos Toros Tequila. You know, I think I'd like to head south first and then I'll go north. I think my plan is to go south for a little bit, turn around, head to McCarran Park, and then I'll walk along the waterfront on Kent Avenue. We are in Hipster Central. When people think of hipsters, they immediately think of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Usually it's characterized by like a big art scene. A lot of young people with disposable incomes. Martha's Country Bakery. You know, actually we're heading north right now, so I think we're going to the park first and then I'm turning around. So let's go back the other way. Tropical Day says it seems the MTA has been on a rampage renovating stations lately. Yeah, even that station renovation confused me because it's an exit I really haven't used too often, and I'm like, wait, is north or south? And now I'm checking. I passed by Martha's Country Bakery. I was like, wait a second, that's heading north. Also, I haven't been in New York City for a little bit, so my orientation is a little bit off as well. It's going to take me some time to get used to it again. I was going the right way to begin with. cannabis dispensary. These have been popping up all along the city. Outdoor book sale.
Hey, nice
Hey.
camera.
Thank you.
All right. Want to take a picture of my
Yes.
friend over here and the books?
I was just mentioning book sale out here,
Yes.
right in
We are
sunny
the-
Williamsburg.
We are the Williamsburg booksellers out here. They have great prices.
And there's more over there on that side. Seven Snow says, whoa, no shirt. It's not cold? Not really cold for me. It's 52 Fahrenheit, 12 Celsius. So it may be cold for you at that temperature, but it's doable, especially in the sun. And if you're running around, you're going to be generating a lot of heat. So the coolness kind of helps you out in that way too. Clara says, you know, the notifications aren't on if mods aren't here. Well, YouTube didn't send out notifications because I posted too much content. Yesterday, I already posted St. Petersburg, the Need Help for Ben Fighting Cancer video, and also the live stream in Astoria, Queens. YouTube only pushes out 3 notifications a day, and I don't know when that timer resets, but regardless, I'm still going to make a live stream anyway, regardless if the notifications are sent or not. It's helpful if it's sent, but people are going to discover it anyway. It doesn't seem to have gotten any less busy here in Williamsburg. Seven Snow says, is there a way to fix that, the notification issue? Yes. Just don't post that much, that's all. Whole Foods Market. Clara says today is day 1 of Macy's Flower Show. I thought it was yesterday, and we did get a preview of it on Friday when I went by. Claire says, where in Brooklyn are you? Which neighborhood? We're in Williamsburg, a neighborhood I haven't visited in a while. Beautiful looking dog. Here's the Apple store. I could have gotten my battery replaced here too, but I used the one in Grand Central Terminal. It's a very interesting Apple store because it's located in an old building. I think we could turn around and walk on the other side of the street. And then I could take a walk along the water.
Someone else said, like, that you're gonna hate doing. Go fucking
Rant Joe says all those pot shops do not have a legal license to sell. You should not assume that. Should film them and get them shut down. Well, that's not my objective for these live stream videos or my channel at all. That's the city's responsibility, not mine.
You should just go with it and like.
I'm here just to explore the neighborhood and the vibe and the culture. Not to point fingers at businesses saying that they're doing something wrong or not. Interesting, a portable locksmith cart.
Bro, he's fucking good though.
TS friends saying it's Sunday, the flea market day or garage sale. When I come by Williamsburg, it's usually like this. These vintage shops will have something set up outside. They'll have book sales. Coming up on the famous Joe's Pizza. It's a small chain here in New York City. Original location is on Carmine Street in Greenwich Village. Mass Code asks what happens at Ben. You'll have to check out my video that I posted yesterday. Ben needs help fighting cancer. I also addressed it in the live stream yesterday. And I use this intro for this live stream as well. Nippon cha, Japanese tea, matcha, and more. We're almost back to the subway station again. The L train comes pretty frequently, even on a Sunday. I think this driver is kind of aggressive. I'm going to let them go because I don't trust their judgment. Should not be inching your car in the crosswalk that suddenly. The donut plant. Their donuts are a little bit pricey, but they're very good. Tracksologist says commendable. I'm a defensive pedestrian and cyclist being in New York City. Yeah, I'm a very defensive cyclist and pedestrian as well, but I'm also very aggressive when I need to be. Here's Dunkin' Donuts. Here you can get a donut for $1 when you buy a medium, large, or extra large coffee. But Dunkin' Donuts, quality donuts, I wouldn't say they're the greatest. Alejandro says situational awareness always. Like here, I mean, there was a red light, but the light was about to change and people crossed anyway. And then when they were busy crossing, it turned green. That guy's got a speaker attached to his bike, but it's so distorted and muffled, you can't even tell what the lyrics are.
It's excessive. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't have time for this. It takes so long.
SW says, what are you doing in New York? Exploring Brooklyn right now, checking out the vibes and the culture, like I always do. Ron TV Metro says, any difference between New York City drivers compared to Miami? Oh, plenty. I don't think I'll need to list all of them, but there are plenty of differences. SW says, I don't watch you in Florida. I know several people who don't watch me in Florida, but when I'm down there, there's also several people who don't watch me in New York City too. So that argument can be said with everything. I mean, it's understandable because people like to view the locations they want to watch, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I have plenty of New York City videos from around the world too that you could watch. Clara says you watch it all. That's awesome. Now it gets a little bit quieter in this section of Williamsburg. And it says perfect day outside for a walk. Yes, it's a very nice day today compared to yesterday in New York where it was kind of drizzling and raining for most of the day. It cleared up at the end, but it was still very chilly. You can tell when I did the live stream yesterday from Astoria, Queens. SW, I think we get it. You don't have to keep spamming the chat why you think New York is more interesting than Florida, because we're going to have a debate back and forth all the time. And this comes up every time I do a live stream. People love to compare cities, places. You're never going to make people happy and satisfied, just like politics, music. That's why I like to have a variety on my channel. That's just the end of that. Muggs Ale House. Alejandro Gutierrez with $2. Tips for making friends / exploring New York City. That's a lot to have in one question. I mean, there's two different things. If you want to make friends while exploring New York City, that's even better. Organize a group. Say, I'd like to explore this neighborhood with you. You'll make a friend on the way. How about that? I answered both questions at once, so one idea. But there's plenty of stuff here. Eat at a restaurant like this, talk to some strangers. There's a lot of community events. A lot of volunteer community organizations as well, helping clean up. Go to a bookstore, talk with people. I mean, plenty of ways to make friends. Our nurse says if you do lives in any other state, they'll compare to all the time. So we've reached the most active park in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, McCarran Park. It actually goes up all the way to the border of the next neighborhood, which is Greenpoint. There's actually 3 sections of this park, by the way. There's this one right here, which is more of the grassy area. Over here you have more of the fields. And then there's another section with a running track. Thanks, Clara W., for the $3 super chat. Appreciate the support, Clara. Thanks for watching. Emily Luther's, this is McCarran Park. Good thing I was looking at the floor because there's a pile of dog poop there. Don't want to be walking over here now. Don't know why people can't be more considerate and clean up after their dogs. Like this person here cleaning up after their dog. I don't think I've ever seen this game before, or not as popular as here. It looks like a version of tennis, but a paddleboard. It's like a mix between table tennis and actual tennis. Maybe it's paddleboard tennis. DC322 says it's pickleball. That's the name of it. It looks pretty fun to play. Chris H says pickleball is the new hot sport in town. Yes, it is. At least over here. Now I'm going to make my way down to the water, Kent Avenue. Last time I was down there, they were still trying to connect Bushwick Inlet Park. The Cinco de Mayo Mexican food truck. F. Dama asked if this is an expensive area to live. Yes, this is generally expensive compared to many other neighborhoods in New York. It wasn't always expensive though, but then again, housing prices in the city in general are going up a lot. AP Ventures says going to New York next month from the Philippines. Hope to see you. Thank you, AP Ventures. Hope you enjoy your time in New York City. Here's Brooklyn Brewery. They actually brew the beer right here. I've taken a sip of their beer too. It's pretty good.
I appreciate that.
What a mural. Sponsored by Amazon Music. Jeff W277 was at Brooklyn Brewery last Thursday. Sounds great. This area sure has changed. I remember seeing a lot of construction and scaffolding. All that has gone now because these buildings are finished. Ricky says you have to be well fed. Lot sacrifices. Share a place with like 3 or 4 other people. That'll keep the costs down, but you won't be the most comfortable living in that space. But people make it work. Peter Laycock with 20 pounds. Thank you, Peter. Hello, AK, and everyone in the chat. AK, I sent a donation to the GoFund for Ben. Oh, you're so sweet, Peter. Thanks for helping support my friend. And I'm sure he's going to be reading the nice messages as well. Thanks for joining in. I know Ben will appreciate it very much. I'm actually astonished how much Ben, how much support he's gotten over the last few hours between John, my friend here, Bar, putting up his video and mine, all the kind messages, and the GoFundMe's raised a quite considerable amount of money now. And here we are at the waterfront of Williamsburg. This is still on its way to being developed. It is owned by the city now. But I see that there's a section here that's all open. Have to be careful crossing the street here because there's a two-way bike lane. RDGWD 237 says the Domino sugar sign is back on one of the new buildings. I've heard about that. This is a nice little park. Never walked in it before. I know this is one of the projects that the city's been working on for a long time to connect the entire Brooklyn, Queens waterfront. There's still a big warehouse building across the street, but I'm sure that'll eventually be developed too. Beautiful area. There's a splash area over there. Some benches. I also love this lower area too. Yeah, Southern Gal says nice view of New York City from the park. Great view of Manhattan. Hi. The jogger had time to wait for us before he went on his day. That's so sweet. Rant Joe is asking if the Brooklyn Navy Yard is free to go in. I see the entrance is gated. Only the sections of Brooklyn Navy Yard that are open to the public. The largest area is the area by the Wegmans grocery store, but there's no way to go in there and walk the entire length and go across. Kokomo Caribbean Experience. I think there's a new restaurant on the corner. This is interesting. There's a no trespassing sign. New York Parks Department. This section of Bushwick Inlet Parkway is always here. Probably the best kept section. Here's the main entrance for Bushwick Inlet Park. Beautiful view at the end there. Here's a dog run. One of the things that's kind of unique about this area is that this park here is a city-owned park. It's located next to another park, what is managed by New York State. That's East River Park. So you have the city park next to the state park. Well, I guess they renamed it now. Now Marsha P. Johnson State Park is the name. I like this area of the city park. Has a nice ledge on the top that you can look out. And here's the entrance to the state park. You know, that's a pretty drastic change. In the state park, no dogs are allowed, but the city park, dogs are allowed. I didn't know dogs aren't allowed next door here. But we'll be crossing into the state park too after I go to the end. Clara just joined as a member. Thanks for joining, Clara. Glad to have you aboard. You just cannot beat the views from the end of these parks. Trent Jones asked if it snowed this year in New York. It did a lot in New York State, but New York City didn't really get that much snow. I think in total there was less than 3 inches of snowfall for the season.
That's great.
Great view of Midtown Manhattan. Devon Avery thought I was just down in Miami. I was. Now we're looking towards the East Village, the Lower East Side there. And then you can see far off in the distance, the financial districts, World Financial Center, the Tribeca, and Williamsburg Bridge. All right, let's walk into the state park now next door. There's a fence separating the two. I think the city park has different hours than the state park as well. They might close this off at sunset. And this one I saw the hours are until 10 p.m. I don't know if you like the state park better or the city park. I have a better preference for the state park actually. There's a lot more natural grass and I love the shoreline over here. The only thing is if you're a dog owner, you cannot bring your dog here unless it's in that dog run area. Daniel says the state park looks better. Hey, there's the yellow question mark block from Super Mario Brothers. I think I have to power up. I feel small. Doo-doo-doot. Doo-doo-doot. I'm big, I'm strong. I wish the world worked like that, but that only happens in the video games. I'm sure I had some bad sound effects there. Gorgeous shoreline. Yeah, no, they could use some repainting for that question mark block. Oscari, yes, the ferry does run on Sundays in New York. I don't think it has the same schedule though. It looks like they're doing dance practice or something over there. I don't want to interrupt their routine, so we'll walk on the street. Oh, French Bouquet enjoys all the cities. Montreal and New York City are your favorite. Those New York parks are where I walk my dog, the previous ones I walked. Can I post a link to his diabetic care GoFundMe? You mean my friend Ben? By all means, share it. He really needs all the support. C Proud says, you bet those new condos next to the park are dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign. Yes, they are. Shiny new buildings. Philly 3000 says, why does that always happen to good people? Because life is unfair sometimes. Sometimes it could be very sudden, unexpected. I don't think I really need to tell people. We never know what life is going to give us. And to experience severe medical issues is something that we don't really ask for. Thank you, Kick to the Curb for 99 cents. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Oh, Ali is saying that French Bouquet was asking to get money for his dog. I mean, it's good you mention it, but please don't advertise it on this channel.
There's no spots.
Oh, you lost your hat. You lost your... I'll get it for you. Well, not when there's a car coming. Don't run no hat over. Oh my gosh. All right. Picking up the hat so they don't have to go back. That. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
I was afraid a car was gonna run it over. I know. All right. Oh my gosh. Allie says she came back for it. Yeah, I think she was docking the city bike, which was just over there, and then came back to get it.
And I thought it was so funny because Adam's like incredible.
Allie says, remember on the Florida bus tour, some lady was holding onto her hat for dear life. Oh yeah, those double-decker buses, you really have to be careful of the hats and caps that you're wearing. I've had a few hats fly off of my head. That's why you got to get the ones with a string. Brick Oven Pizza at Fabrica.
No, it's more just like trying to find a new job.
Mikkel Bisbal with €5. Thank you for sharing your walk. Thank you, Mikkel. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Jeff says, a couple streams ago, didn't I find someone's phone? Not recently, but I have returned phones for people. I've found AirPods, I found money, wallets returned to people, hats, as you just saw. I just wish people could do the same for me when I lose stuff or misplace stuff. That's happened before. But sometimes you get your phone picked up by the wrong person that has other ideas with the phone and even giving a thought about returning it to you. Unfortunately. Paul Ravitsky says losing a phone would be scary because the person's privacy is exposed. Yeah, it's a big deal because all the information's on that phone. Some people, their entire business is transacted on their phone. And you have to be careful because there was a video I saw recently where there's been a surge in thieves swiping people's iPhones after seeing them input their passcode. They'll be at a bar or something and they'll just like shadow the person, see them input their passcode, and that's when they take their phone. And you would think there's no way they can do anything with that passcode after they see the person put it in, right? You can still wipe the device, you can log in and put on Find My iPhone and search it. However, with that passcode, someone can actually go into the settings, change the password of that iPhone with just the passcode alone, lock you out of your own account, and then they go use your iPhone and just use the passcode to log into your bank accounts, your whatever, transfer all the money, and you do not have that much recourse. So you just have to be really careful out there when you're in a crowded area. Protect your information. Philly 3000 says you got your Facebook hacked that way. Sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate. I have a good friend of mine. She had her Instagram hacked. Almost the same thing that happened to me, but mine was because I had submitted information willingly to a scammer. And even within YouTube itself, there's a lot of scams that go on with fake sponsorships. I'll get emails from companies that say, "Hello YouTube friend," or "Dear user, we would like to collaborate with you with this VPN service or this video editing software. If you'd like some more information, go visit our website." You go to this website, you input your information, and it steals the login information for you, and that's that.
No, that's fun.
And here's a new Trader Joe's that I have not seen before here in Williamsburg. Wow, this is awesome. I want to go in here, take a look at this mural. Williamsburg Trader Joe's. So there's Whole Foods here now and Trader Joe's. This looks like it's brand new, right by the waterfront. I'm sure the people here are happy that Trader Joe's is around. They're really known for being a affordable grocery store. There's also another YouTube scam that goes around. If you have a YouTube channel, sometimes you get fake copyright notices from what you think is the official YouTube email. They'll say, "Oh, YouTube copyright notice. You have a copyright on this video. If you want to take action on it, hit see details to see what you can do about it." It looks almost the same as the YouTube official copyright notice. And you go in there and it says you have to sign into your account. And it plays on people's emotions, because at that point you're like, "Oh my gosh, like this copyright notice, I need to take care of it right away." You sign in without thinking, put in your email, your password, bam, they got you. And they'll be so fast on changing your information and everything that you won't even know how to react. So the world can be pretty scary in that way. I'm always very afraid of losing my YouTube account or not being able to access it. Linus Tech Tips, a very popular YouTube channel with 15.5 million subscribers, recently had their channel hacked. They changed their YouTube profile picture to Tesla, and they had a live stream going on with a deep fake of Elon Musk and Kathy Wood promoting a Bitcoin scam to scan the QR code, and then people will get duped. Seth says the scammers are creative. Oh yes, very. Ali BHC says, remember when Ann got hacked by crypto? Yes, he was very fortunate to get his account back. Chucksologist says, yep, losing your YouTube account will be very detrimental to us all. I think about it all the time because cybersecurity is a big thing now. I have two-factor authentication enabled. And I'm very careful to where and how I log into my account. So coming up pretty soon is Domino Park, right at Grand Street. Next block, I'm gonna make a right. I don't know where the Domino sign is. I know they put it back on the building.
That one felt pretty good though. I kind of sad that.
New York Life Log says, oh yeah, AK here. Hey, we were just talking about you, about the YouTube scams and Instagram scams. We were mentioning about when you got hacked by crypto. You have to be really careful now. There's a lot of fake emails. Fake emails, like copyright emails that look like they're from YouTube, but they're not. So be very careful, my friend. And anyone that has a YouTube channel that they care a lot for. This waterfront area of Williamsburg has changed so much. It's somewhat unrecognizable now.
I cannot believe it.
Let's walk by the water.
I bet you he likes to take pictures. I bet you.
This is my favorite park in Williamsburg, by the way.
No, same thing with, I said like it's very easy.
YouTuber says whenever I get emails from a website saying I need to check something, I always open a new tab and go to the website to check, never follow email links. That's a good strategy as well. You can also install extensions on your web browser that'll alert you to suspicious links. But it can happen away from email too. I've known people who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because of a wire transfer scam. They find out this person is closing on a real estate transaction. And of course, you need to send the money to the lawyers, right? In order to close on the deal. So they say, okay, it's time to close on X property, send $800,000 to this address. And then without question, you're like, okay, we'll send the money. And then you send the money, you call up the title company and say, okay, I'm ready to sign off on the papers. And they're like, we didn't get the money. And then you're like, I sent the money. What's going on? And they're in for a world of hurt at that point. Gorgeous view of the Manhattan skyline. Got the Lower East Side and the East Village in view. It is quite windy here. Johnny Danger says people scam all the time, posing fake photos in the hospital and whatnot for GoFundMe. Yeah, that's happened too, which is really, really bad to do. I can't believe people would take advantage of a vulnerable situation like that. But at least GoFundMe now, they have a disclaimer that says if the GoFundMe is used for a fraudulent purpose, that they'll refund all the people who have given donations. Before, they didn't have that, and some GoFundMes were used for nefarious purposes when the person really isn't sick or isn't in need of the money. Seven Snow asked, what's this building on the left? This was the former Domino Sugar Factory, but now it's being converted into apartments. Oh, there's the sign next to the smokestack. Domino Sugar, that's pretty cool. Love this playground. Yeah, I see the sign already. RDGWD.
What's up with Ron Timer?
I just come tomorrow.
Here it is, Domino Sugar. This is where most of the sugar production was done, right by the water here on Williamsburg. New York City Ferry. Jerry says it looks like quite a nice building. It really is. They're taking a while to put it together, but I'm sure it's going to look fabulous when it's done. I mean, you can even read the whole history of it. By the construction wall there, they have like the whole history of the Domino Sugar Factory. It looks great from here. And over here, these are the original smokestacks from that refinery. They moved it over to the park. I think it's a beautiful way to, how should I say it, to honor the past by having these smokestacks here. McD says Domino's sugar sign wasn't there when I visited in November. Yeah, they recently put it up again. It used to be on the building, they took it down, but now it's back up. This building has a big hole in the middle. Quella says you've been to sugar factories, you smell the sugar strongly. Oh, I know. New construction going up here too. Shrek, the deck says, which bridge is that? This is the Williamsburg Bridge by the car company, BMW. Brooklyn Bridge is the first coming up from the south, then M for Manhattan Bridge, W for Williamsburg Bridge.
Yeah.
Nice little dog run. Ascari says BMW is a good mnemonic. It is. Mike Baker says, really love the little promenade there by the Williamsburg. Never ceases to amaze me how much I learn from AK's videos about the city I'm originally from. Yes, this park, Domino Park, is only pretty recent. Which month do I believe is better for holidays in New York? No question about it, that's December. Ali BHG says you feel dumb, Domino Park, Domino Sugar. Here's the sign alerting people to the two-way bike crossing. It really sucks that they still have this scaffolding set up. I say we continue to walk along the water here and see what's going on. Oh, Jermaine, you were almost scammed by someone pretending to be a woman from the U.S. military, and they wanted you to send $2,000. Oh yes, the romance scams. That's another category of scammers. I know because I was a victim of one. Learned my lesson, but it was a very expensive lesson. Caller says, what's that French flag there? I believe this is the New York City government flag. I'm not completely sure. I think this is a sanitation department building. It just says City of New York. $390 Kent Avenue. Yeah, I don't know. And you've got City Acres Market across the street, another grocery store. Here's Brooklyn's Broadway. It's a pretty main street. A few blocks down, the subway will eventually run right above it.
Oh my God! Imagine George only wearing.
Into.
Bree Graham says, thanks for increasing awareness about fraud. Sorry you were a victim. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of scams and frauds going on these days. It's not cool, but it's good to promote awareness about them so people don't get defrauded or fall victim. Interesting architectural design here. Looks like it's different layers. Barbara says, are those apartments in the building? They sure are. Still opening up, by the way. There's brown paper covering the windows. Because it was really disruptive to the neighborhood when it was going on. And it's looking very pretty now. I'm actually really shocked at how much this area is developed and how quickly they finished the construction. Roman's asking if I plan to travel to Europe. Eventually I will. Definitely something that I plan to do.
Javier.
New York City ferry station at the end here. It costs $4 to ride that ferry. Unless you opt for the other options like the monthly pass or the 10 ride pass. Hey, Yvette Vlog is here. Our moderator, you're in my neighborhood. I sure am. I haven't been to this waterfront area in quite some time, and my gosh, has a lot changed. What's in here? Wow, look at all this construction. If my camera could focus on the outside here instead of the dirt on the glass. There we go, that's better. That's one of the problems with iPhones. I had an issue with that recording outside the airplane window. Thankfully, I was able to salvage the video, but it's annoying when that happens. Daniel says you're walking in the wrong direction. The Navy Yard is up ahead and it's a long segue around the freeway. I don't think it's the wrong direction at all. There's actually a lot to see here. This is actually what I want to see. I want to see what the waterfront is doing. Still more construction here. Coming up over here on Division Avenue is one of the first entrances to the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Right through here. But it's not accessible to the public. And if you want to think about going in there, caution before entering, 24-hour video surveillance, all this. Jan says, definitely wrong way, not interesting for the viewer. It's interesting to me. I've walked through desolate areas before, natural areas, and some people may not find those interesting, but I do. There's a large Hasidic Jewish population a few blocks in over here, by the way, especially on Bedford Avenue and Lee Avenue. Gerard Vincent says, what was the garden that you toured in New York a couple years ago? I think you're going to have to be more specific than that, because I've been to many gardens in New York. I've probably been to most of them. Nowadays, sometimes I don't even remember the videos that I've recorded anymore, because I've made over 4,000 videos on this channel. It's kind of impossible for me to pinpoint any specific one. Koalis says the one that got me to sub was finding your video walking the entire length of Broadway in Manhattan. Yes, that was a big adventure. I cannot forget about that. You watch the entire thing from the start to the finish.
Oh my God,
Chaxologist thinks it would be great if I live stream the Flushing Bay Promenade so it can be well known. Yeah, I have to go back there again. Beautiful area. This isn't beautiful though. There's a lot of debris and litter. I don't know why it's like that. Here we go, large entrance to the Brooklyn Navy Yard. But you cannot go in there as a member of the public. You need to have business. Carl says Hudson Yards are so nice and clean. Yeah, that's the, I am, yes. That's the most expensive private real estate development. As you see here, there's stop, no trespassing signs and everything. Whoop. Jeff W 277, am I in Bed-Stuy now? No, we're still in Williamsburg. It's a large neighborhood. Emergency vehicle coming through. Yeah, Daniel's bringing up a point. More viewers in New York City streams attracts more people that don't really behave. Yeah, anytime when there's a big spike in viewership for the live streams, I see it also, especially during big events like Thanksgiving parade, New Year's Eve. But the moderators are doing a great job. It would be nice if we could walk in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. I really like the design of this bike lane now. It's so comfortable and one of the best bike lanes in the city. Yeah, Mary, a lot of joggers around here. It's a great place to do it too. Nice separation from the cars. You get a great view of the water. Yeah, Timothy, that bike lane wasn't there last May. The landscaping looks great. The city really did a good job of it, but you know what they could do a lot better, I've noticed in this area? There's just so much litter around here. Like all this shrubbery and bushes are catching a lot of trash that isn't being cleaned or picked up.
I know, but why do they?
And even over here too, there's more trash. It's not a good look. That's still one of the big criticisms I have about New York. It's just so dirty. Yeah, Robert says there's a lot of litter. Even as I walk by, you can see it. A lot of it is paper and plastic bags too. Unfortunately, I think plastic bags are a big menace. They fly around, they get caught up in stuff. JB says you think a lack of civil consciousness is a worldwide problem. Yeah, that too. People who don't really care for the environment. I think the best way to really handle a problem like this is to educate people on the harmful effects of littering and to let them know that it's bad for the world. Samir J says Williamsburg is my old stomping grounds. Used to live near that neighborhood at Montrose Avenue on the L train. Oh, very nice. Coming up is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, BQE for short. Oh, thanks, Luis. Ben needs all the support that he can get. DJ emergency vehicle. Why is that car behind him honking like that now? That's pretty strange. All right. So past the BQE here, over to the left is Bedford-Stuyvesant, often shortened to Bed-Stuy. I'm going to walk along here, make my way over to DUMBO, which is a neighborhood called Down Under Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Hey, we have Barefoot Vlogger in the chat. Hey everyone, glad to see the rain cleared out for you, Ken. Wow, not a cloud in the sky, looks like Miami. Hey, it warmed up. It's in the 50s today. Jeff says, you think those people lapped me? Probably. I'm not really walking that fast.
That park right there.
There's a naval cemetery over here. A place of reflection and quiet. I'll just go right into this entrance here, give you an overview.
And then they gave you up. Wait, is this? It's really Asian.
Let's go back down. Let's go this way. Seth asked if she's foraging. She's a landscaper working on the cemetery, so. Christian asked if we're in the woods now. No, this is part of Williamsburg. We're heading into an area called Clinton Hill soon, just around the corner. This lady's running with her dog.
So,
Now we're on a street called Flushing Avenue. I'll walk this right to the Brooklyn Navy Yard and to DUMBO. I should have enough battery to make it there, 38%. Even over here, the bike lane comes up onto the sidewalk here. Bagels and Walks is here. Welcome, my friend. Bagels and Walks also makes videos through New York City and live streams. It's an awful lot of traffic here. Wonder what is going on. I'm walking faster than this bus right now. That bus is going to the Red Hook IKEA terminal. You know, I think there's something that happened up there. I see emergency lights. That's probably why there was an emergency vehicle going down there before. Oh, Yvette knows. She lives in Williamsburg. Lately, Flushing Avenue has been having a lot of traffic. Well, now it's being caused by some kind of emergency situation further ahead. Looks like it's like a block or two in front of us. We'll find out pretty soon. But it doesn't really seem like anybody is moving right now. I'm fearing the worst though. Washington Avenue. Oh, that's sad. DC 322. You came across a traffic accident yesterday on East Houston and Lafayette yesterday. Van hit a pedestrian. Oh. Someone just gave up on the bus and said, "Let me out." Too bad the bus driver can't do that. Yeah, honk. That'll get you somewhere faster, right? I think the New York City Police Department's on their way. Channel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. And who said this walk wasn't going to be interesting going this way? Richard said walk faster. I think I'd like to keep my pace and not overexert myself. I'm pretty sure we're still going to be able to see what's going on up there at this rate. Wow, this is bad. All this traffic is all the way back there. What just happened there? I didn't even follow what was going on with the cyclists. Those emergency lights are getting closer now. Oh, someone gave up again. Hi. I've done that too on the bus. The bus is not moving and I say it to the driver, I want to get off here. And usually they're happy to oblige. Got so windy all of a sudden. Oh, John, the biker swerved in without even looking, almost hit 3 people. Well, that wasn't very smart. And Maria Elizabeth says New York City and Los Angeles are both traffic nightmares. Yeah, they can. I was in Los Angeles and experienced that traffic too. Although, to be honest, I didn't really think there was that much traffic on the main arterial roads, just really on the freeways. I rode the bus system on the main arterial roads like Venice Boulevard, Santa Monica Boulevard, and they were flowing pretty nicely. So what is happening here? Yeah, barefoot vlogger. Funny how it is often to walk. You can walk faster than to drive. Yep. NYPD is trying to make as much space as they can. All right, we're here now. What happened? Moment of truth. What exactly is going on here? You know, I still can't tell what's going on. There's a police officer standing in the middle of the street, but the other side of the street is still moving. It's like they have the entire road blocked off for like important people to pass or something. That's usually what it is. Yeah, I still don't really get it. Leslie R says probably further up, they're holding up traffic. Jan Foley with €5.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. It kind of feels like an important political figure is on their way or something, like the president or a world leader, that they have to hold up the traffic like that. It's just very odd. I think like a week or two ago, Kamala Harris was in Miami Beach at the convention center, the vice president. So that caused a lot of traffic there. But it could be anything, really. I mean, it's weird too because cars are allowed to turn onto the street here. Eric says it could be her, possibly. I still don't see any kind of visible explanation why the traffic's hold up like that by the New York City Police Department. Yvette Vlog says, I would be so upset if I had to sit in that traffic for no reason. I know. Bagels and Walk says, nothing interesting on Citizen nearby, mentions a collision about an hour ago. I mean, when there's like a sensitive political figure coming by or whatever, you don't want it to announce it, right? Life begins at 40 truck says there must have been something there and they got it taken care of. Yeah, it's just very strange. Train Watch said Friday afternoon after you landed in New York City, someone at Times Square asked you which country you're from. That was hilarious. Yeah, I know, because people don't understand that minorities and ethnicities can be born in the United States. Kelly says could be a bad car accident. It's been known to happen. Yeah, but there was no car accident in view there. There's an ambulance here now. Here's Wegmans, by the way, the biggest publicly accessible part of the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Even over here, it's changing a lot. This is for lease. Doesn't look like they have a tenant yet. All empty. Robert says Wegmans is a great supermarket. It is. Love the pricing there, and the produce is extremely fresh. Stan says, thank you, AK, for helping me plan my New York City trip. Appreciate it, Stan. I heard that too. DC 322 Wegmans will open up at Astor Place later this year. Scott says he used to live right around the way on Concord Street, late 90s, and we had no good shopping like this here at all. Yeah, this Wegmans is really beneficial for DUMBO and this area. When I heard Wegmans was coming to this area, I was ecstatic, because they certainly need it. Here we are, New York City housing projects, Farragut houses. Hey, there's a Wegmans shopping cart here. That's kind of odd. Let's walk through here. A lot of these New York City housing projects are designed like this. They have a nice little play area, common courtyard. JB says, housing projects, can Americans explain the projects to me? Is it government-owned housing for low income? You're absolutely right on that. That's exactly how it works. All these buildings are the same kind of style. The playground equipment looks upgraded though and new. Some of these flowers are starting to bloom now on the trees. BC says, are these apartments desirable? Not desirable because they're not really the newest or the most updated, but they are generally affordable.
You just came back? Yeah, call me.
Clara says you took your driver's test here in Red Hook. Oh, nice. I hope you passed it. Oh, nice, Clara. You passed it around 2 years ago. Samir says it's a long waiting list though. You heard to get into NYCHA. Yeah, it's done like that sometimes with the lottery system. There's not enough housing in New York, period. That's why the housing prices are so high, because there's not enough housing and it's very desirable to live here. James says, really enjoying your broadcast from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. Thanks for tuning in. Tex Machina asks if developers are even allowed to build more housing. Yes, but it's very tricky because New York City is already all built up. There's not that much vacant land anymore, so they have to deal with the existing supply. And there's a lot of politics that go into it, of course. You can only build a certain height, you can only build this if you provide the public that, and a lot of landmark issues as well. So that's the issues of a big city. Let's cross this highway entrance ramp before we do not have the opportunity anymore. Dan says planning regulations. Oh, absolutely. And then you have community pushback too. JB says community pushback. You mean NIMBY? That's the acronym that means not in my backyard. Yeah, partly them too. Sometimes people who aren't associated with that kind of a movement as well. What the heck? Okay. I didn't know I was going to run into an end of a sidewalk like this. There's no street crossing here. No signs telling me that I was not allowed to cross over here if I walked on that side of the street. So the safest way for me to cross is unfortunately through this dirt trail. Let's do that. And then hopefully I can go up and over there. Hopefully this leads me somewhere where I can get the sidewalk again. I may have gotten myself stuck more because now there's the highway entrance ramp. You know what? I'm gonna go on the bike path here. Yeah, I'm gonna get stuck more. This is another highway entrance ramp. I'm gonna climb over here and then. Goodness gracious. You have to be parkour to explore New York City, it seems. Ricardo says you missed the sign that said no ped crossing. Yeah, I guess I did. But still, I was able to manage to get my way over here, so I'm familiar this way now. At least there was that. Jerry says mission impossible solved successfully. Yeah, I solved it all right. The safer way. Oh, we have some hip hop playing. Yeah, DC 322. I had to get onto the bike path to the bridge in order to get away from that sketchy situation we had back there. All right, let's go. We're in DUMBO, Brooklyn right now. Down under Manhattan Bridge overpass. And this is the Manhattan Bridge above me. You just heard the subway. Getting very close to Washington Street and the iconic Brooklyn view. Oh, I'm a gamer guy. You think Ignazio's the best pizza in Brooklyn? So far, it's my favorite too. I don't really, haven't really sampled too many other pizzerias in Brooklyn, but so far that's my favorite. We just passed by the headquarters of Etsy here. There's Bluestone Lane across the street. Wow, there's a new sculpture over here. It says B-I-G. Who is this a sculpture of? Sherwin Banfield, Sky's the Limit in the County of Kings, a tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. 2022. Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls. Wow, what a sculpture. And we have the most iconic street in all of Brooklyn coming up. Selfie Central, that's what I call this place. Yes, train watch. I do speak with Walks in Wall Street quite frequently. It's gonna be a really tight parking space. Wow. Let's see if the city closed off this. I don't think they did this time. Last time I was here, this was closed off, but it seems like an open street to me now. Front Street Pizza here is pretty decent. I've never tried it personally, but Dave Portnoy has. Felix says I'm breaking up, probably because of how popular this area is and all the social media that people are using. Ah, yes, the selfie jumping shot. Yay, great view. Here I can do a selfie frontal shot. I haven't done that, jumping shot. You see the image of the Manhattan Bridge going up and down? I can be like a rabbit too. Just keep popping up and down. When jumping shots are done, it looks kind of dumb, but the after effect is quite funny. It's like you're floating in the air. Yeah, Hung Mao, I'm surprised it's not closed off the traffic too. It really should be here.
So that I can remind you. No.
How about this?
apple.
I'm not even in the frame anymore. I got selfie video. I'm like photobombing everybody now, right? All right, that's enough. I think it's gonna be disorienting now. Yeah, Aaron, this area used to be called Vinegar Hill. How many poses can I do in like 30 seconds? That was less than 30 seconds, but can get a good picture somewhere there, right? Barrett says you can always green screen yourself in front of the bridge. Yeah, you can. You can green screen yourself anywhere these days. Here's another shot that a lot of people don't take from this street.
You mean look into shipping costs? Yeah.
I think we can end it over at Pebble Beach because my battery is running dangerously low and I'd like to get some more stuff done for the day. So I'm actually quite surprised I made it all the way to DUMBO. Wait, what is going on here? They have construction material in the middle of the East River. Oh, you know what this is? I know because I watched Sarah Funk's video. I think there's going to be a swimming pool here in the middle of the East River. They're finally getting around to construct it. That's epic. But now there's going to be a swimming pool in everybody's pictures. All right, everyone. I'm going to end my video here. I've got some more things to do for the rest of the day. But I appreciate all of you coming out today on this Sunday afternoon. Great walk from Williamsburg all the way to DUMBO. Hit that like button. Subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching, and also check out the video I published yesterday. Ben needs help fighting cancer, a great friend of mine. He's in need of assistance right now, so your thoughts and prayers will go a long way. Thank you so much. Bye everyone, signing out from Brooklyn.